everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's definitely been some time, so I wanted to catch you guys up on what I've been up to lately. A couple weeks ago, I was working on a turnaround for one of the characters in this illustration. Then a lot has happened. Got this little guy. My husband and I adopted a new kitty. His name is Fire Lord Zuko. His name is Zuko because he has a sister named Azula, and he's a cute little black cat that has been driving us crazy, but we love him so much. Good. Thank you. You did your job. I'll mail the check. We've been a little busy with our new kitty, and he is definitely a handful. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on my channel, but we had a cat named Maple who we adopted about 5 years ago, and he passed away this year in March. And it was really hard to not have him around. He was my cat. He came into my life in 2020 when I was working from home and was home a lot alone, and he was the first pet that I had in my adult life, and we were joined at the hip. I may get emotional talking about it. So we had him and Azula, his sister. The weeks and months after that, we noticed that she started to get really lonely and seemed sad, so we decided to adopt Zuko. And yeah, I can be so real. I don't think she likes him. I think that the name was a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I feel like they're mortal enemies right now. I'm not gonna lie.
You become uncivilized so soon, Zuzu.
Don't call me that!
It's only been like a month and a half. They could be best friends later on. Just hoping that they become best buds, but it's not like Azula and Maple are close either. She's a very recluse, I call her. She's kind of bitchy. She's like a bitchier cat.
My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
But we're very happy to have Zuko in our lives now. So I've been dealing with that. And then, of course, something that inevitably happens in my life. I'm really, truly hoping other people can relate to this. I've looked it up. People say that it's like a symptom of ADHD or ADD. It seems like I get in this cycle. I am working on something, I'm super focused. I'm obsessed with it even. And that was drawing. I focus on it, I research it, I am with it, and then there's an itch of wanting something new or wanting to do another activity that I cannot scratch and will not let me focus on the thing I was originally focusing on until I scratch that itch. And in this case, I also like to crochet. Luckily for me, my hyperfixations there's only a handful of them. Let me reference this video right here. Maybe it'll explain how I feel and what I go through a little bit better. I'm not as eloquent, and I haven't teased out this neurosis that much. I was very happy. I thought I was zooming through. I thought I was making so much progress that I was finally gonna do it. I was gonna finish a portfolio, and I could not scratch the itch, or let the itch of wanting to do something else go away. And one day we live next to a Hobby Lobby, and I just asked my husband if we could just pass by just so I can get one skein of yarn, just one skein of yarn, so I can crochet something. And I have it right here. It didn't turn out well. This is the top I made. It was supposed to be like a little mesh number, and I was gonna wear this to a rave that I went to, Hard Summer Festival, but I hated it. Honestly, it's not really my style. The yarn I chose is more of a rope, and it's not very comfortable. So this didn't turn out too well, too hot, but I thought that I finally scratched the itch, right? I scratched the itch. I am done crocheting. I can draw again. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I am not gonna work on the turnaround, and I'm not gonna work on the project that I said I was gonna work on. Maybe to get myself into drawing again, I just need to do or draw something that interests me in the moment. And in the moment, I decided to take on gesture drawing. So that is the last-ditch effort that I tried to get myself to jump back into, to draw and get in that cycle of drawing again and not go into the cycle of doing something else like crocheting or whatever else. So I tried that. I even went to a very nice cafe in Claremont. Turns out I am not ready to people draw yet. It did not turn out well. One, I'm blind as a bat, so drawing people from far away, I mean, I know you don't need to see it clearly, right, to like capture the gesture, but it's just hard for me to focus on something because my eyes are so terrible. And turns out people move a lot and I need somebody to stay in a pose for quite some time so that I can draw them. So it didn't go too well, but it was a very fun afternoon. It was very pretty. I got to eat some yummy pastries and I got to feel like an artist for the day. I got to feel like Jackie Drushko, which is something I want to get to. But I told myself that, you know what? Every day you are going to gesture draw for an hour. You're going to do a new Masters Academy video. You're going to do the exercises and you're going to draw. And I did the damn thing, honestly. I improved within maybe a week. And then I was like, oh, let's justify it by, let's make this a video, a challenge video for YouTube. 7 days of gesture drawing. And it went well for like 5 days. I fell off one day because I was busy and then the rest happened, you know? At this point, I knew that I was slipping out of my drawing cycle. I was going into something else. And the nail on the coffin was I went out with my good friends Ashley and Jackie, two of my best friends since high school. We were kikiing, you know, we were having tacos. I was in Echo Park. I was feeling so artsy. It was great. And Ashley, if you want to follow her, her name is Butte Vintage on Instagram. She is a stylist extraordinaire, a vintage fashion connoisseur, and she also does pop-up markets. So she sells vintage clothing there. She was telling me she got a very awesome opportunity to host her own market or to help host a market. And she asked me if I wanted to be a vendor. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel. I'm sure I haven't. It feels a little shameful for some reason. You know, back in 2020 when we had the thing happen and we were all locked down and everybody thought that, oh no, I'm broke, let me start a business. I decided to start a business. Looking back, I was not ready to start a business. I had no idea. But you know what? Kudos to me, mama, because I stuck with that business for a year. It was a clay jewelry business. Yeah, and I did it. I had a small business and I sold some crochet stuff and some earrings. So she asked me, she's like, would you want to be a vendor? Me slipping out of that drawing cycle was like, oh, perfect. This is perfect. This is going to scratch my itch. I said, yes, of course. I would love to be a vendor. Still don't regret doing that. But then something happened. And if any of you out there, please, if you get me, comment down below. It was like boom, and every hyperfixation and thought that I had just spewed out, and I did everything that was on my mind. And next thing you know, yarn packages coming to my house, and I'm making these tubular bags, which let me grab one. In retrospect, I'm proud of all the things that I do, okay? I'm stoked that I can make stuff that is in my head and bring it out to life. I just hate that you can't be a master of all. A master of all is a master of none, okay? And I just want to be a master at something I want to draw, and I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah. Next thing you know, I just decided to make literally what was in my mind and what I would want to sell at that market. So I made bags. And they're beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy I made these, okay? So I made a whole inventory of bags. I even started making jewelry again. And this time I've kind of grown out of clay jewelry a little bit. So because of that, I was like, you know what else I can make? I can make wire jewelry. Wire is now getting delivered to my house. Pearls are getting delivered to my house. I'm like making these like a madman, and I have all these things. I designed packaging on Canva, and it was such a rush of ideas and a rush of like creation that came out of me within like 2 weeks. Thank you, Ashley, for thinking of me. Literally, when I say I made whatever came to my mind, I made garlic. I made garlic out of polymer clay. It was a whole idea. Okay, this market was supposed to be in September. It got pushed back to November. I was like, oh, I love Halloween. Maybe I can make something for the Halloween season. And I don't know why. I was like, I feel like I can make hyper-realistic food out of clay. And then I was like, oh, how can I tie this into Halloween? And I was like, oh, vampire repellent. My bright idea was making a garlic keychain and marketing it as vampire repellent. You know, it's cute idea, it's cute. I was gonna make a cute little package for it. I was gonna put like a little crucifix charm. I may still do it. Maybe I'll sell it somewhere else. Maybe I'll start an Etsy. Literally every thought that I had, I let spew out, right? And at this point, no drawing is happening. I am knee deep in yarn. I'm on hobby.com ordering that yarn. So cute. Look at that. Look at that. That's so cute. And then I get COVID. I'm just recovering now. I don't even know if you can hear it in my voice. Once COVID hit, it was boo-hoo, big boo-hoo energy. Crying, existential crisis, of course, because every time this happens, every time that I get a hyperfixation and I forget the original trajectory I'm on, I am extremely disappointed in myself. All I want is to finish a portfolio, and for the life of me, I cannot do it. And I have no idea why. And it's so frustrating because it's not like I can't finish anything technically, right? I finished these bags, I finished these products, and you know, I'm going to finish and execute the market. But there's something about character design and drawing that I put so much pressure on. And I think it's because that was the career I set out for myself. I am actively deciding to just ignore the implosion that is the animation industry. Like, I just have chosen to go forward not knowing what to do, but trying my best. And every time I draw, there's a looming cloud over me that is telling me that if I don't succeed in this, I won't have a creative career. That was a realization that literally makes my stomach turn. I don't know that I have what it takes to just work in an office forever, but I also don't know what I would do creatively. Again, a master of all is a master of none. Sure, it's cool, I have all these skills, but if I can't hone it into one thing, get focused, and get on the straight path to that thing, then I have no idea. And so I have COVID. For a full week, I'm not drawing. My poor husband got sick too because of me. Sorry. While we're in bed, absolutely like just lunatics. COVID makes you crazy. I was venting to him. I was saying I'm so frustrated that I can't get myself to finish character design. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. And it devastates me to think that I won't be able to have a creative career. My husband being a genius and me not wanting to listen to him until I come up with the idea myself. He pointed out YouTube, and he was just like, wasn't your YouTube supposed to be so that you could have a creative career at some point? And I guess I didn't think of that. I don't know why. I thought, you know, becoming a character designer was a little bit more linear than becoming or creating on YouTube. There was like a feeling that that's what I had to solely focus on, which is why if you've seen my last, you know, handful of videos is only related to drawing, but the start of this channel was, you know, I was making potions for Halloween decorations. Reel it back and really try to understand like what I wanted. The answer is I have no idea, but I think that I'm gonna continue and literally just do whatever I want. So y'all watching out there, I hope you like crochet videos because they're coming. And I hope you like artsier videos where I want to try to make things look a little bit more cinematic. Or you could watch me make garlic for a whole video. This was supposed to be a fun outlet for me, and I put pressure on myself, honestly, for no reason. If I want to have a creative career at the end of the day where I feel fulfilled and I don't feel restrained and I can do whatever I want freely and make whatever's in my brain and share it with the world, that's the end goal. Being a character designer is not an end goal. I mean, it'd be sick. Like, I would still want to do that. I don't know where that's headed. I really don't, with AI and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want. So that's what I've been up to. And I'm gonna be back. Videos might be random. Hope y'all don't mind that. Either way, whoever's watching out there, I thank you so much. And I want to give a special shout out to Kelly Nguyen. She's a new follower that found me and sent me the sweetest DM ever. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I won't quit my life and like retreat in some hole. She enjoyed watching my content. She was extremely supportive. Kelly, if you're watching, I hope you are. That was so sweet, and it really, really, really made my day and made it worth creating. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. I don't know what I'm going to share, but hopefully you enjoy it. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.